New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve, I rode my bicycle 26 miles. I skated for 3 hours at Loveland skating rink. I called it Castle Skateland. Well, before I rode down there, I normally go to McDonald's or I get a couple double cheeses. Well, they're just $1.50 per sandwich, and that's got enough calories and fat content to give me plenty of energy to ride back. So I rode down there 13 miles to Loveland and 13 back, 26-mile round trip. I got home about 1:30. And anyway, I've never had a problem with drunk drivers. Personally, I'm not saying they don't exist, but I think it's a little hype, just a little bit of hype. I've did this for a number of years. I've never had no trouble on New Year's Eve. Nah, believe it or not, I'm always on my guard. But anyway, but it was raining real hard here New Year's Eve, and I kind of started getting a little worried I wouldn't make it to the skating rink in Loveland. It finally stopped, but it stopped a little too late. I still should have done this. I still should have stopped at McDonald's and got me a couple double cheese to eat real quick, but I didn't. Now, the only thing I had to eat that day, New Year's Eve, it was about an early lunch, 11:30. So, without supper, with no supper, I rode 13 miles to Loveland skating rink. I skated for 3 hours, and I came back. I was so hungry. I could have ate the ass out of a pig. If he would have stopped in a car and hand me a plate of ass out of a pig, hopefully you cooked it, but if you would have stopped and hand me a plate of ass out of a pig, I would have ate it. When I finally got home, here's how hungry I was. I got home, parked the bike, and in about 40 seconds, I had already opened up a can of ravioli, poured it in a plate, grabbed the fork real quick, and started eating. 1:30 in the morning supper. I'm not making it. Oh, I was starved. I should have took the extra time to stop at McDonald's and get me a couple double cheese. But now I had a bad headwind up to 48. From 48 to Loveland is 5 miles. Now on State Route 48, the trees and houses are closer proximity to me, or closer proximity to the road. So that blocked all the wind off. Very little wind. So I had an amazing bike ride from the junction of 28 and 48 all the way to Loveland. Now, you locals know where I'm at here. That as soon as you get into Loveland city limits, it makes a left. It curves to the left, 48. And that got me, so I was going north down there. And when I made that little left going into Loveland city limits, I was technically going west again and a little bit open. And all that wind hit me again. But all in all, it was a good ride. I didn't get to go to Walmart. Just right here. It's still in the package. I bought 2 of these. That's basically White Lightning bike lube. It's designed for bike chains. And this is a wet formula. They got several different formulas. It's waterproof. But I rode New Year's Eve on a rusty chain. So yesterday I bought this. That chain is ultra efficient now. I mean, it just ultra efficient. When I applied that last night on my chain, I rode about a quarter mile. In just a quarter mile, I could feel the efficiency. I love the word efficiency. I could feel the efficiency going up on my bike chain as I pedaled. That's how smooth it got it, dissolving that rust. But it's water. WD-40 is only water resistant. It's virtually no good on a bike chain. But this stuff here, it's waterproof. It's about $4. It's a little pricey. You don't spray it. You let it drip on your chain as you pedal backwards. Not while you ride. While you get off the bike, then you hold the chain. But you let it drip. It's really no more expensive than any other. About $4.99 for how many ounces? 2 fluid ounce. You know, pretty nice, medium-sized bottle. But it's excellent for bike chains. I've been using it for years. It just, you know, WD-40, you spray it, you're wasting it. So it's too expensive. I don't like to spray it on because you waste too much of it. This takes just a little longer to put on, but it drips, so you don't waste as much. I like that better. Plus, it's waterproof. But all in all, was I tired? No, I was just hungry when I got home. Oh, next time I'm eating. But I had no supper. So I rode a bicycle 26 miles round trip, and I skated for 3 hours and made it home. In 40 seconds when I parked my bike, I already had a can of ravioli opened. I had my fork and was eating it. No microwave. I don't want time to cool it down. I was too hungry. As soon as I opened a can of ravioli, I grabbed a plate, poured it in there, took that spoon, I was already eating. So I was already eating ravioli in 45 seconds after I got home. And I'm not making that up. Oh boy, I guess I missed my calling. I should have been in the Marine Corps. But it was very warm. Oh, we had a wonderful warm New Year's Eve. I seen a bunch of girls down there. I think they recognized me, but nobody said, "Hey, we love your videos." So I don't know if anybody was down there. I looked, I didn't really recognize anybody. Even though I made a video that I would be at the Loveland skating rink New Year's Eve. I got there about 9:25. Time I put my skates on, it was 9:30. And I skated 3 hours. Oh, it's a total joy to ride a bike. It don't bother me. Now, I've never had a bit of trouble on New Year's Eve. You know,